Let's imagine this. Your entire career depends on one question. Would your manager hire you? At Netflix, that's not thought experiment. It's the reality of their management control system. To see how they got here, we need to go back. Netflix began in 1997, founded by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. The spark wasn't one late fee, it was the simple insight that DVDs were light, durable, and perfect for mail. By 1999, they launched the subscription model and growth exploded. Then they made Two Broad Beasts. In 2007, they moved into Scream before the world was ready, and in 2013, House of Cards turned Netflix from the distributor into the global studio. Data shaped the cost, the toy, even the launch plan. Suddenly, Netflix needed the quality and the speed on the whole new level. But the control system didn't come from success, it came from panic. In 2001, during the dot-com crash, Netflix laid off the third of company. People were boxing up their desks. Everyone thought it was the ending. But the smaller team moved faster, argued better, ordered their work, and the performance shut up. Reed Hastings looked around and thought, "This is what excellence feels like." A few outstanding people were doing their work of the internal teams, while the most companies respond to trials with more rules. Netflix did the opposite. It scaled by giving people freedom. Four practices were born from that criticism: a dense team of the top talent, freedom with responsibility, the keeper text, and the everyday candor. As Betty McCord put it in Cultural Deck, freedom works only when you hear the world-class talent, and that brief became the backbone of the Netflix entire management control system. Netflix built one of the most unusual management control systems in the world. It works brilliantly for a long time, but today the cracks have become impossible to ignore. After this crisis, Netflix kept only the strongest people. As the Reed Hastings wrote in No Rules, the 2001 layoff convinced him that great people are 10 times more effective. But imagine working in place built that brief. Well, speed soared and the decision came instantly, yet pressure never eased. One slowly most felt risky. Burnout grew quickly, and the great talent slowly rolled into the one single mood. After 2001, Netflix made a bold move. It delayed the rule book. No approvals, no vacation policy, no expense limits. The Netflix culture dark cup reached it clearly. We are a team, not a family. Freedom would work only if the talent was exceptional. At first, it felt the electric team moved fast. Idea came products overnight, but the cost surfaced quickly. New Hair said it felt like walking into a moving train with no sign. Without structure, mistakes were costly, and only those who grasped the unwritten rules survived. Freedom comes powerful and unstable. Then came to the most controversial part of the Netflix culture, the keeper text. If you wouldn't fight to keep someone, let them go. It created a high bar, but it also created a quiet problem. Picture this. If your team walks in every morning wondering, would my manager keep me today? What kind of culture does that build? People stop speaking up. They stop taking risk because one mistake would cost them their job. And as the admissions research shows, when the psychological safety jobs, innovation jobs visit. So, yes, the keeper text pushed the performance, but let me ask you, if people succeed because they scared to fail, is that performance or a warning sign? And then comes candor, the rules that tell you say everything out louder. At Netflix, feedback isn't quiet. It can happen in a meeting, in a hallway, or in front of 13 colleagues. It makes problems surface early and it keeps team honest. But the candor at Netflix isn't gentle for many, especially from the high context or the human culture. It feels like being cut open in public. It drains emotion energy, trust becomes fragile, and as the Netflix expands globally, the risk grows. Candor stop being a learning tool and start being a cultural weapon. Here is the truth: Netflix system isn't just slowing down; it's turning against itself. What once powered success now created more risk than value. If the nothing changed, the culture that drove the Netflix forward will become the forces that the dragon eat back. That's why the next step has to change. So, my one recommendation to the board is simple. Netflix needs a global safety switch for this culture, a way to make candor work anywhere in the world. Because the Netflix culture was born in the US, it works brilliantly here. But when you step in Japan or India, the same practice starts to change shape. The candor becomes a competition, the freedom becomes a confusion, and the speaker text for many people becomes fear. Let me ask you something. If you were launch Netflix in Japan tomorrow, would you run the same level of the directed candor? This is why we need one global safety layer, something like human and universal. Here is how it works. Every corner team spend just 10 minutes, have a conversation, check in. No formals, no HR purposes, no heaven toys. They simply share one moment when the collaboration went well, one moment when a misunderstanding almost happened, but they get resourced, and one idea for making communication smoother next quarter. 3 small stories, that is. Because of Netflix is a storytelling company, use stories to fix the teamwork, feels the nature and faster. And the second part even the simpler. The keeper text stays, but before the deciding not keep the someone in a global market, one person who understands the local culture. Take a quick look, not local decisions, but the make sure what you are seeing in real performance, not a misunderstanding of the communication style. Now, let me end with one question to all of you. If the team is too afraid to speak up, can Netflix do innovation at the speed is now for? A. Keep relying on pressure to get high performance, or B. Combine high performance with the psychological safety and let innovation follow again. I believe the choice that will win the next decade of Netflix is not A. Netflix won the last era with high pressure and high freedom, but win the next era, innovation have to build on the courage, not fear. And this is reference list.